final 9 holes of our Tour Down Under season are right here, and we're crowning a champion. This is the 2026 MVP Discs Bottle Lake Open from Christchurch, New Zealand. I'm Luke Humphries, joined in booth by Mr. Tall Paul Oman. We only got 9 left, and I catch a flight in literally 12 hours.
It breaks my heart to see you go, and I hope to see you soon.
You still don't have that ticket?
No, but I'm formulating a plan, and I think it's going to come together beautifully.
I know it will. It always does. This is our second event down here that we are going with Go Throw Tour points. These players, accumulating them, will go back to the States and eventually crown a Tour champion after we go from Alabama to Georgia to Colorado to Missouri to, we're going everywhere. Ending up in Pennsylvania, actually. But Levi Stout in the lead by 5 at this point. What do you think it'll take?
I think it'll take maybe him like tripping on a pine cone or something and like really injuring himself for someone to be able to catch him. Yeah, I mean, he's comfortable. He's in front of the home crowd.
He's going to be throwing
it up.
A lot of the same disc, too.
Yeah, that's very well noted. I mean, this is a part of the course where I guess if a player is offline, there is some ground to make up.
I mentioned that green A2. Jacob loves it, rarely misfires. He does there and kicks right. It'll be a bit of a scramble to get up and down for that par. I'm going 750 A3.
Tight and tidy. Oh, my gosh. Oh, somebody told me the pole earlier. They didn't say it was the last pole before you enter the basket.
It's about 3 inches low, bud.
The little baby wire wrap pole. Look at this.
A nice little skip. Didn't expect it to get that high, honestly. Nearly got lucky.
Man. That was beautiful, and I feel like we were robbed as viewers.
This is the other way to play it.
Yeah. And I heard that roar from the crowd. There was just an amazing gallery out today at Bottle Lake, and I was probably a couple holes in front of you guys, and I could hear that roar. That was cool.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think Christchurch, on average, has the best galleries of our time in Auckland. It's great as well, but it's really something special down here.
Yeah, the game is alive and well here.
It's pretty nice. Things could go awry from there. Yeah, it's good from Jacob as well.
This is kind of that, you got to feed off of hole 9 energy. It's right there. It's not a gimme, but like you do not feel good missing that hole. And then you step up to this. Maybe the same disc, just a bit of different angle. I know a lot of players are throwing forehands on this as well. But, after you get that birdie on 9, you just want to keep it rolling with this hole here. The next hole is a pretty tricky shape of a shot, but definitely a birdie hole. And then you go into the super tight 12th. But, this one kind of just, it's the beginning of the train. You got to keep it rolling. And then you're going into this one, and just a beautiful shape of a shot that you need. And I don't know, not a must get birdie. Not everyone. I don't know how this one is playing, Statman, but
it's playing over par. Hole 11, not much over par, just 0.12. But that's OB over there.
No, it didn't.
He gives me the red, I believe, but I was in fact on the line. I was safe.
I love it.
It's as good as being OB, though.
Yeah.
It's so bad over there.
Yeah, an early kick. Very fortunate to stay in bounds. Oh, just a bit wide on the start. That was the shape.
It was. We talked about it yesterday. You can get up there with the forehand. I think 15, 20 feet short is the pure play. It is a backhand park job pure. And the way he throws this FX3.
Oh, yeah. That airspace, he didn't have to keep the disc moving right. He flattened it and found a little more airspace to work the disc.
Gets the worst kick, though. kicked out of bounds.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I didn't think that OB continued that far on the left.
I didn't think so either. I kind of thought it dried up
Yeah.
shorter. And unfortunately, no. So he's like 50 feet.
They must have just stuck with the practice of OBing the blackberry brambles there. So
There's 2 different lines to choose from. There's like a little mini flex I chose to go with and didn't execute. So I'm like 55 for the par. This is the P Waka Waka.
yeah, leaving
It's like-
himself. Oh, about circle's edge. Okay, I saw that whisker. But man, everybody working for the par here.
No kidding.
Yeah, like we said it before, you knew it.
Yeah.
Man,
Not my best.
That hurts.
Unfortunate. Yeah, this one got me all week.
Levi's got a little work to do himself, but
Good bid from Jacob with that PA3.
yeah, could have put a little pressure on him there.
Really?
Jacob still, not going to be able to get any closer to you.
I like what Isaac did there. He threw too fast of a disc, but he committed to it, and he threw it because it was the proper shape.
Yeah.
And that matters more than the distance. Giving yourself that putt, allowing your putter to even work at all, Yeah, instead of being halfway up the fairway,
Yeah.
shoved on the left. It's something to think about. The proper shape matters a little more than the distance sometimes.
Definitely. Just get yourself the opportunity. You don't have to be parked. Feels good.
Prodigy fellas taking the bogey. That one hurts, especially moving into the tightest gap on the course. This one feels like a must get, but it also feels like I must get through that gap.
Yeah, I don't think you think must get here. You're just like really focused on the line you're trying to hit. I'm not even looking at the gap. I'm just looking down the fairway at the basket. This is a beautiful ace run if you want it. That short left kick is just diabolical. He didn't get too far left, but still a lot of ground to cover on
Yeah.
that second shot for par.
A pretty big moment to step up to this whole top of the box. Finally got the birdie on the fellas and have to hit that gap.
Hopefully he doesn't break anyone else's confidence. Levi's been throwing this overstable premium plastic Takapoo.
If they hung a line down the dead center of that gap, he would have hit it 3 days in a row.
Yeah, like Macbeth used to do it. Equal, bits on either side of the disc.
It's not even
Going
close.
straight down the middle of the gap.
Gold 8-5.
Is
Using
this-
some of that left airspace.
Were you throwing this all weekend, or did you switch it up? You did.
I got it 2 of the days. We'll see what happens today.
Well played.
This is a little down-tempo M5 from Jacob. Gets a
love this.
nice pine straw skip, and dude, it gets all the way up there.
Yeah, the low line here, taking the big kicks out of it and getting the nose angle correct on that uphill. Look at this.
Dude, gonna call the P Waka Waka again. Understaple mid-range. Both he and Levi use it the last 2 holes, both get up and down.
Taking the back door.
He's done that a couple times. Did it on hole 9. Getting away with it.
Nice and tidy.
Yep.
Staying on pace. Gonna need to start chipping away here.
Yeah, it was about this time I checked my phone just to see where we were at, and I was like, okay, this is an uphill battle. But I also saw that Corey Ellis and Matt Bell were on fire. They were
Yeah.
about 8 or 9 under through 13 holes or so. So I knew that we really needed to not worry about Levi so much, start protecting, start making some good decisions, and not give away too much ground. Because 6 strokes with 7 holes, or 6 holes, excuse me, it's a lot. It's not much.
Yeah, so when you checked your phone,
Yeah.
do you think that helped you, or do you think that hurt you at all? Do you think you maybe shouldn't have looked at it? Because I think at this point Levi hasn't made as many mistakes as you. You've kind of shared some birdies. Like, why? Take me through why you wanted to look at your phone at that point.
I felt like we were on the back 9. I felt like knowledge sometimes makes you do stuff differently. But in this case, I just need to know the situation. I need to know the scenario. I want to be more aware. Typically, I haven't been, but coming down the back nine of a final round, I think is the one time that you can check your phone.
So then in checking your phone and seeing that other players were starting to get, or were already hot and were continuing to be hot, like, did that affect your thought process or your nerves or anything like that? Or like, was there kind of an adverse effect of like looking at your phone and being like, oh, there's not even a chance. Oh, this is where I need to get aggressive. Oh, shoot, these guys are actually doing something. Like, what? I don't know. I'm not trying to extract too much information.
No,
but
I think I don't know exactly why I did it. It just felt like it was time. I did it right after my bogey on 11, and I birdied 12, and then I just birdied 13. So it didn't affect my game. I obviously got 2 park jobs in a row out of it, but it could and has in the past negatively affected me. Thinking about Matt Bell and Corey Ellis on my heels.
Yeah.
But I focused on the holes that were still available. Mm-hmm. And in that found some comfort and relaxed a bit, I think.
Good. So you got some comfort out of the phone check. That's good. I'm just curious on the thought process. You know, I don't really.
But the kids these days, Ganon's on his phone every single hole.
Right. I've heard some crazy things. Like he's watching his shot land on coverage and checking out where he's going to throw before he even gets up to his lie.
Yeah, I've been on cards with him. Jacob with the OB behind it. Let's run that back.
Please, and he knows too. Yep.
Oh, the early fist bump. That was on the spot.
He knows he's not going out of bounds.
Yeah, it's definitely a sketchy one to run.
3 out of 4, not a bad set.
Progress. It's momentum made visible. A constant push towards perfection. Moment by moment, frame by frame. We're building towards something bigger. The time lapse was my first 12-speed driver, but I knew it could be better. So we went back to the lab, tweaked the feel, the flight, and now it's what it was always meant to be. That's progress. Introducing the retooled time lapse from the Simon line. No limits.
Bend the reality of what a disc can be and discover Ultra Soft plastic. With its extreme flexibility and tackiness, Ultra Soft has the best grip and flex of any plastic Prodigy has ever made. Take on cold or wet weather with confidence behind every shot. We are excited to add 300 Ultra Soft to the lineup, which joins 400 and 500 Ultra Soft. Check out the entire collection today on ProdigyDisc.com or your local retailer.
Keeping the woods rolling. A little left to right bender.
Dealer's choice.
The forehand for the forehand guys, the backhand, the pure route again, which is, I feel like somewhat common here. You can get away with throwing a little flip up forehand, but it really does fit better if you can throw a nice mid-range like Levi can.
I got to see somebody take the super low right route today.
That's not a route.
It was, dude. Way up there, caught a late tree, but like he pured the gap. Eli Swanson, no fear, just
really.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Eli, that is awesome. All right, you saw the backhand, filtered, missed some trees, gets all the way into the circle. I'm going with my D3 here, hitting it flat.
Getting all of it. No way, dude. Some funky stick or something,
I wondered what happened.
It was curling and like kind of redirected itself.
Yeah, when you see them upside down, you kind of got to wonder.
Man, you got all of that though. Fortunate to miss some trees at the end.
That's it. Nice. That is an OB corner. He stays away from. Going with the P-Walk. Flippy mid-range. That would have been a crazy one to see. Not his best work, but he gets like 100 feet of slide. So
Yeah.
he's got himself a putt.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that par.
That's a good looking stroke too.
Tree off the tee. Ground pretty early. Putting makes up for all.
That's a good stroke.
The great equalizer. All of a sudden, I've got a par putt. Felt like a pretty good drive. Good boys treat me right.
Love it.
Dialing those things in over these 4 weeks. I feel much more comfortable with that new set that I'm working.
Yeah, they're finally getting worked in a bit. No.
That is worst case scenario, as well as a nice dodge by that spotter.
Man, I feel like that's got to be like the course showing you some love somehow. I don't know why, but
Interesting.
Like, you shouldn't have went out of bounds with that drive.
It did take a weird bounce.
I don't know. That's a weird comment, but I just felt like, you know, he missed the putt. He didn't need to go out of bounds, but
Like a ball don't lie sitch.
maybe, I don't know, because it didn't really worked kind of indirectly in your favor.
Yeah.
Moving on, hole 15, one of the spiciest lines on the course. OB on the right, kicks to the left. They're just in Narnia.
Yeah.
Pitch out, Bill. But any eagles on this one today? I know we had an eagle count yesterday.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I got to see it in person. No, pre-shot eagle count, please, Statman.
No pre-shot eagle counts, but okay, fine.
Ay, Chihuahua, the one to beat was a little high. I love to see the low line on this. This is a fairway loaded with pine straw.
Turned. Not good.
Eagle count still very low for this card. Possibility of
OB
eagles.
count higher than the eagle count.
Man.
I'm out of bounds in the worst spot on the course.
You bored that little kid over there. He was like throwing sticks and stones. Give us the juice, Isaac.
Look at this.
Stop it.
The dead center. Bro, I don't know about that tree.
Yo, it's
I don't know
there,
about
and
it.
you need to navigate it. That was just a heartbreaker. He hit that thing so well.
His
I love the
line-
height.
Oh, so good. And, oh, man, I'd much rather have that left side kick.
Do not love the heads peeking out in the fairway like that. Moving on.
On this hole, yeah, it is a lot. All right, so a lot of self-control, some hyper focus on where he wanted to land this to give him that straight shot. He executes perfectly.
Wow.
This is now what I have. That was probably the gap that I was trying to hit. Honestly, it was like 2.5 feet wide.
Gotta be careful over here on the right side because
You can just
these
kick straight
kicks
back out of bounds. I'm not out of bounds, but I'm still just the worst place.
Yeah. I saw some big numbers on this. It happens so fast over there.
There's nothing.
Just got to get back out into the middle of that fairway and throw the straight yellow Takapoo shot.
If you're in first place, that is a great play.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm trying to grind this out.
Yeah. All right, so now I'm going back over the out of bounds because there's this prayer.
You need to roll reverse with Levi right now. He needs to be on a knee, chucking a turnover forehand through a forest.
Yeah.
And you need to be the
No,
one.
honestly, we hit the same tree. He kicked left, I kicked right, and they're different experiences. The next 15 minutes are defined quite differently.
I heard you took a number on this one. I hated to hear it.
Yeah, now I'm in a dead tree.
Get out of town. Never give up. Anything is possible.
Anything. Yeah, unfortunate. So I'm looking like a double.
Almost.
He's done that twice, 3 times maybe. From deep. They're not putts that you necessarily depend on making, but just a little low on that long bid. And this self-control, the game plan right there to pitch back out and take the par,
Yeah,
it was just executed like a genius.
I like the composure on the face. He wasn't doing the grin. He wasn't doing anything. He knew how big that was, and he's kind of walking it in right now.
Indeed. And man, second place, third place are totally up for grabs now.
Right.
With Corey and Matt coming on strong, we also have Jacob now, I believe, tied with me. Or is he?
That hole did not help your cause for second place.
That is very true, Pat.
A good spot to get confidence back for these last 3 holes.
Double
Big wide
Mando.
gap. The low line, I'm loving out here in the woods.
A little down tempo F5 from my guy.
Ooh,
Kind of loved it.
man, that could have got. That OB comes up quick with that downslope to the basket, but he played it well. Looking for it to stand a bit more.
Dude, you can't even see that branch until it's moving. It's literally invisible until you hit it.
Yeah, out here at Bottle, I mean, you've got to control the height.
Yeah, it was a little high. Yeah, and that was off. I mean, at this point, it's probably hard to stay motivated. I'm sure he's checking scores. He's like, dude, I could double every hole on the way in.
I mean, he doesn't need more than that. He's not thinking about doubling, but he's like, if I hit this gap, I'm going to get a par. You know, I can give a couple strokes. The only real big trouble hole other than this one is 18, but it's not like he's going to compound a bunch of OB strokes there.
That 8.5 flew so nice today. I didn't even notice it, but I think it's been bullseye every time I've thrown it. Yeah. Just another circles edger, and he's so good at them. Isaac, almost nothing to do over there. This is a big putt now. I'm pretty parked. Jacob and I tied. I think that Jacob's aware of the situation.
100%. He's been out here. He's getting some tournament knowledge.
Yeah, I
He
hadn't.
knows how big hole 15 was.
No kidding.
It's
Yeah, it was a great par. Given the situation, obviously.
yeah.
I hadn't checked my phone again since I bogeyed at 11, so I'm not aware that we're tied. I think that it's probably Matt Bell and Corey Ellis
Right.
that have come on strong, and I'm thinking I could be in 4th place at this
That's
point.
why I asked that question earlier. I wasn't trying to like put you on blast at all. I'm just trying to get a mindset in the game time situations, and I just seeing those guys scoring the way that they were, like I feel like it just brings another element into the mental game.
Yeah.
When in reality, just get birdies.
FX2 finally gave it the width. Get a little caught up, so I'm going to have to get down on a knee to finish that one out, but pretty solid.
The only way people used to know scores is if they saw like the leaderboard roll around at like a big tournament or something.
No doubt. Same disc, same line, same result right here. A little encumbered, but not much left.
That's all you got to do.
Good looking straight fairway shot there from Isaac.
Isaac powers a disc.
Yeah, he really can pop them. And he's really the only guy I've seen going with the mid-range this week. Kotoku to finish, I mean, he parked it twice.
I thought he was just back there while Isaac was on the tee, and he was just like, you see this disc right here? You know what I'm about to do with this.
Yeah, he was showing it to me, telling me that Casey from Disco Fever dies.
Oh, did she dye something on it?
Well, she's going to do that one, apparently.
That's his baby. What he's going to put on there?
Yeah, the red is a great little backdrop for some cool black art.
He should put that Francis orange dye that she did for Worlds last year.
Yeah, that was cool.
That'd be awesome. Nice and tidy for the bird. Doesn't matter for the man in the lead.
No, it doesn't really. But Jacob has a chance to catch me now on hole 18 if I par and he birdies or something else happens. So some interesting scenarios still taking place, and a great gallery gathered around these hay bales, man. It was so cool to see Christchurch show up. The Tour Down Under season being finished. It's kind of, it was a send-off. You could feel it.
Yeah, I love the vibes down here. I know, Mexico does something similar, but everyone sticks around for prize giving. Everyone is together, hanging out with everyone, sharing the vibes, watching the golf. It's really a special, like, old school feeling that doesn't really happen too much in the States.
Not at all.
In the bigger events, I should say. I've been to some really great A-tiers.
It happens when the community is still small.
Yeah.
When everybody knows almost everybody.
Yeah, it's true.
Nice little bounce out of that tree. He's going to have a straddle out forehand. Got a bunch of distance, too, so
Yeah, both some
not great.
funky shots. This is a bit high and could punch through. Good.
It did. Most likely a layup. It's super frisky from there.
It's a driving flat shot.
He thought he was in bounds for a second. And we discussed on the way up whether the trees or his yellow Takapoos were the MVP of the week.
Yeah.
And turns out with that kick, it didn't get back in bounds. So the yellow Takapoos take the dub. They are the MVP. The way he threw his putters this week, he literally won because of it.
Oh, 100% in the woods, slicing and dicing. Oh, my goodness. But I feel like with this play, like 6 is like the worst you can take.
Totally. Yeah. He's got to have a chance for a 5 without throwing a disc in bounds yet.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he skips off the top of the basket over a hay bale, but like 6 is like the worst you're going to get with that play. Not that that's what he's trying to do. Lovely hay bale relief for Jacob.
So I snuck out of that tree, which definitely tempted me into throwing it the green. I checked my scores again, realized that I did have one stroke over Jacob. Didn't know until that moment. Chose the layup without knowing exactly where Jacob was. I assumed he was right bail, but I didn't see his shot, so I knew he had a putt.
Wow. Definitely a good time to look at the phone.
Throw the A5 one more time. Gets a little wind blown, but I played the backhand because the bails were right there. Left me a little closer.
Yeah.
The entry into this green, because the way that they kind of cockeyed the bails, was definitely more backhand friendly. Looking like it will be a double. Irrelevant at the end of the day.
If that was a silver Takapoo, that might have rolled out.
The white ones, they always sit.
Sit.
That was the tie for second bid.
No way. So you knew.
Yeah.
You guys both knew what was going on.
Yeah, he must have. That looked like a
Nervy
he
putt.
Yeah, he didn't do that all day.
There was a lot of people in the crowd. Sylvan running around, being cuter than ever.
No kidding.
Tough to keep focus.
That's my ring bearer right there. Little 4-year-old Sylvan climbed a mile and a half up the hill to join us.
No, I'm just kidding.
Your champion, Mr. Levi Stout, able to take the dub and still win by 3.
Take a double bogey on the last hole and still win a tournament. You did some work all weekend.
Did. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at the 18th green after another great day here in Otatahi, Christchurch, and I'm joined by our champion. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce, for the second time this season, an MVP Discs Tour Down Under champion. Here at the MVP Discs Bottle Lake Open, it's New Zealand's own Levi Stout. How about it? Well, mate, we're joined again here. It was 4 weeks since your last win on the Tour Down Under at the start of the season. in Taranaki, and we finish it off with another win at the end of the season. Before you go onwards to a big year over in the US, talk us through the day that was here, the final round of the Bottle Lake Open, and the things that you look forward to now, having finished a great TDU season.
Going into today, I just knew if I got off hot, I'd be all right, because that 3-stroke lead starts looking like a lot if you get to the back 9 and you still got it. So I put my foot down early and held it for most of the course, and kept it together. Dude, I'm just looking forward to getting to the States because there's more competition out there. I'm always looking forward to the next one, and it's been so awesome playing here. This is probably my favorite course in the South Island. I've got history here before, so it's like, I feel a little bit of pressure to show up, and I've just had the opportunity to, show some of the Americans the beauty of the country, New Zealand, and now I get to beat them one last time before they go home.
Not a bad way to finish things off. Levi, you spoke about the level of competition that you'll anticipate overseas, but I tell you what, this week here at Bottle Lake, we had some stiff competition coming from all angles. We had Americans and Luke Humphries and Jacob Blair making runs here at the Bottle Lake Open. And we had a Kiwi contingent throughout the weekend showing their stuff between Sergei Sandin opening the opening round with the hot round. We had Francis Orange and Isaac Latta joining you on lead cards. What does it mean to you to see some of your fellow Kiwis, mates of yours here, join you on lead cards in front of this Kiwi crowd on what is the biggest disc golf tournament or tour here in the Southern Hemisphere?
It's exactly as you say. It's so awesome to see because these aren't just fellow Kiwis, We've all got history. Me, Francis, and Isaac, our practice rounds out at Bottle Lake throughout winter, kept a little bit of hope for me, kept a little bit of fun in the game over the dark months. So it's so awesome to see them playing well out here. And I feel like this is a fundamentally Kiwi course in Bottle Lake. We've got, 9 open, 9 woods, and it's kind of Takapū territory, if you ask me.
So 3 wins now to your name on the Tour Down Under, 2 of them coming here at the Bottle Lake Open, and I think we've got a huge Kiwi gallery that's been so excited to see you rise up the ranks over the last few years, and this is the culmination of a big couple of years on the Tour Down Under before we look forward to seeing you in action on the Disc Golf Pro Tour this year. Another time for your champion, New Zealand's own Levi Stout.
No goose this time.
Yeah, the course record holder Goose. A little reference to him. Man, what a 4-week journey this was. We couldn't have done it without obviously our partners, MVP Discs, making all of this possible with their tour sponsorship, OTB being the retail partner throughout all of this, as well as the PDGA, Go Throw boys, Bob, Gabe, Chris, and Conrad from Ace Run Pro joining in to make all of this possible and bring you guys this content. It really does take a village. The village came together, and this beautiful product is before you. Man, Paul, anything else?
I just love all the people that supported the Tour Down Under to make this possible. It's a really special thing to be down here, sharing my time with my friends and making new friends and seeing new places, experiencing new things.
Yeah.
Just want to keep it rolling. Thank you to the Tour Down Under.
Yep. Henry Pearson, your vision, your hard work, it's paying off, and the world's getting to see New Zealand in a whole new light. For Tall Paul Oman, I'm Luke Humphries. It's been a pleasure being with you guys here on Go Throw coverage. We'll be back in the States with Cactus Rock coverage coming to you shortly, so before you know it, you'll be seeing us again. Until then, go throw.